Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Edgar, Wisconsin, as we get ready for girls' regional final. Playoff basketball here on Zaleski Sports, presented by Forward Bank and Insurance. I'm Jason Zaleski. Dan Ross is right there. Joe Anderson, production today on our regional final broadcast. There is a trophy to be handed out tonight, Dan. That's one of the reasons we're here. One of the reasons a lot of people are here. We're totally packed in on this side. We are, I think of Seinfeld, and he's at his girlfriend, George's at his girlfriend's apartment, and there's a fire, right? And he's pushing people out of the way. That would be me tonight if that were to happen. It won't, though. But a lot of people here, we're excited for it, excited for the big game. It's the 2 seed, the home Edgar Wildcats, the 3 seed Athens Blue Jays, and Dan and I talked on the phone earlier this afternoon. We have seen this show before. It was a Athens win, I was told by Coach Keefe 2 months ago.
58-53.
58-53, a 5-point game. And 13 missed free throws by Athens on that particular night. A regular season, a Merriwood crossover game, a regular season game. This one, though, a winner will move on. A loser will have their season end here tonight. It's the magic of playoffs, Dan.
It really is.
So what do you remember most about that game? I know I mentioned the point total and the missed free throws, but what else about that game and what else is left from that game that could carry over to this game?
Yeah, I think that Edgar got a good look at the Athens full court pressure. We did not see that last night against Columbus Catholic, which I'm pretty surprised about. Athens missed a lot of free throws, but I think that it's a game that was a 5-point game last time. It didn't feel like 5 points. It felt like Athens was in control a lot of that game. But tonight, if we're going to have a one-possession game on the network tonight, it's going to be this one right here, I think, right down to the buzzer.
I like that that type of prediction. We're going to do something new here. We're in the Forward Bank pregame show. Forward Bank moving our communities forward online at forward.bank and in person in Athens and other locations around central Wisconsin. How about some cold, hard truths? And you brought up one of them that I thought of. If Athens plays like they did last night, they will not win this game.
That's absolutely correct. Athens kind of sleptwalk a little bit through last night's game, and yeah, it was against Columbus Catholic, who has struggled at times this year, and Athens kind of played like it. Need to play better. This is going to be a much tougher game for the Blue Jays, and no sleepwalking tonight, or it's going to be a long bus ride down the highway 29 and 97 home.
Cold, hard truth for me and the Edgar Wildcats, if they don't find another double-digit score beyond Reagan Borkert, they will not win this game tonight.
Yeah, they need to get a game out of Workus, maybe Schnelly. Some role players going to have to step up and do more than just hoping that Reagan scores 30.
Do something uncommon to the season here so far.
Yep.
Again, you're watching the Forward Bank pregame show. We'll hear this from Forward Bank. Be back for more commentary here on Zaleski Sports, presented by Forward Bank and Insurance.
I had an employee at once ask me to prioritize family, faith, and business, and I put them in that order in particular. For each one of our employees, it's family first. You do what is best for you and your family. Then the rest of it will take care of itself. It's about making sure you make the best decisions for you and your family.
Back here in Edgar as we continue our Forward Bank pregame show. Forward Bank moving our communities forward online at forward.bank and in person in Athens and other locations around central Wisconsin. Got about a minute here before tip-off. Reminder on other basketball games that are going on the network tonight. It is Iola Scandinavia at Assumption, Marshfield at Hortonville, Auburndale at St. Mary Catholic. Dan, I had to pause and read because I can't remember them all.
Right.
They're all on there. I was at Columbus Catholic Fall Creek boys basketball earlier today, and we saw a team clinch a berth to the state tournament earlier this afternoon. Those were the Mosney Indians, the hockey team, boys hockey team from Mosney. Over Lakeland, your T-Birds fell today, 2-1 for the Mosney Indians.
Yeah, Mosney, a fantastic opponent. Good luck at state, Mosney. Good chance to maybe win something down there.
Yeah, maybe they're gonna hope. I think for a 3 seed, we can get into that later. But
yeah.
Sometimes in hockey, home ice doesn't matter that much.
Yeah.
And, you see that in the NHL in particular. What do they say in hockey? That a series hasn't even begun till somebody wins to a visiting team wins, a road team wins. Whatever that means. Okay, national anthem coming up. We are close to basketball here. Joe will cast his eyes on the court down below, and Dan and I will do the same as this is the number 2 seed, the Edgar Wildcats, and the number 3 seed, Athens Blue Jays.
It's packed.
It is packed. It's a
Lots of
pretty good
people.
house here. Yeah, the camera sees the other side of the gym, which is filled with students for the time being, but people do continue to stream in here, and there is a good chance that that'll all get filled in here in the next 10 minutes or so.
I kind of wish some of these people would go over there.
Right. All right.
Yeah. So again, regional final.
Yep.
The winner of this one goes to sectionals, and they play the winner of WIAA against Assumption.
Which I will be watching on my computer here to my left. We'll give regular updates. That's true. That'd be a sectional semifinal scheduled for Thursday. And regardless of winner here, we will be wherever the game is on Thursday. More talk about that, too, wherever the game is on Thursday. All right, we'll put the microphones out for today's national anthem.
Definitely one of the biggest flags in the area.
It's a sizable flag. I'm a big fan of the big flag.
Me too.
Yeah. Number 3 seed Athens Blue Jays here, visitors in this regional final. They were visitors last year in a regional final. For the Blue Jays, Dan, it was a heartbreaker. 61-60 at Assumption, a game that they had led in for most of it. Seemingly were in position to win that game. I know Athens put a lot into that the crossover game. They hosted Assumption also about a month and a half ago. But here back in a regional final, I talked to Coach Keefe about that last night, and what Coach believes the difference is this year in playing on the road again in a regional final is that a lot of these girls went to state for volleyball, so they've got the championship mentality now, and she believes that is on her side. So we'll find that out here tonight, and Dan will go through starting lineups here in just a moment. But, for Edgar, volleyball team in a sectional final. Speaking of heartbreakers, they lost in an absolute heartbreaker against Wittenberg Burnhamwood back in late October, early November, whatever it might have been. A game that it looked like they were in control of. It went to a 5th game tiebreak, and it was 16-14 the last 1 point difference, whatever it was. So.
Yeah.
All right, Dan, starters for the Athens Blue Jays.
Yep, same 5 as we've seen a lot of the season. Number 0, Edison Levica, leading the team with 15.7 points a game. Number 4, Selena Ellenbecker. She was player of the game last night on Zaleski Sports. Number 5, Gisela Hartwig, another 15-point-a-game scorer. Number 11, Sophia Coker. Number 12, Sydney Coker.
For the Edgar Wildcats.
Yep, very similar 5 that we've seen. Number 3, Reagan Borkart, almost 19 points a game. Number 5, Michaela Workus. Number 10, Morgan Schnelly. Number 12, Leah Davis. Number 14, Amber Skripczak.
All right, and we are off and running. Well, not quite. We'll jump it again. I think they said Borkert went a little early. So talked about hockey before, and that's kind of just we'll face it off again.
Sure.
Yeah. Put him back in the circle. Let's do it again. And this is a clean one, and goes the way of the Wildcats. So Wildcats start with the ball. Possession arrow points to the Blue Jays in this regional final. He is underway.
Yeah, Athens in their 1-3-1. Talked a little bit about it pregame. Edgar able to learn it.
That last off of Athens. It'll stay with Edgar.
Yeah, little bit surprised there that Davis wasn't really hustling after the ball down the court, knowing that it was going to be their ball.
Okay.
Again, for everybody listening at home, if you have the opportunity to take the hand or to take the officials out of the game to make that decision, do it.
There's Borkert, dribbles out of trouble, now turns. A lot of dribbling here by Borkert. It's going to result in an offensive foul. And that's one thing that these Wildcats have had some trouble with this year, are fouls. Now, Athens does too, but an early one on perhaps the best player on the floor.
Yeah, and Edgar not as deep as Athens, I would say. And the Wildcats go the way that Borkart does, right? So some full court pressure by the Wildcats that time down. Athens able to break it.
Ball tipped around. Blue Jays not able to convert. The rebound comes out to Skripchak, who likes macaroni and cheese with ketchup.
Are we sure about that this time?
I don't know. I'm never sure. This is going to be a trip foul called on number 11, Sophia Coker. So teams trade fouls. We have not found the basket yet. 1 minute and 1 second in. We had trouble in Athens finding the basket pretty much the whole game yesterday.
Yeah.
Not the case here in Edgar. Edgar found the basket a lot, and the inbound goes awry for the Wildcats.
Now, Skripchak had her defender on her back pinned, but not a good enough pass.
The Blue Jays will come down here for the second time early in this one. Patient on offense. But, turnover. So turnovers back-to-back here. This will be ran down. The layup, no good. Borkert rebound. Ball in the air. And Workus comes away with it. 3 launched by Davis is no good. And this is Bedlam here early, Dan. Ball poked out of bounds. It's going to be Blue Jays basketball.
Yeah, a lot of opportunities for the Wildcats that time. A couple of good looks. Nothing went through. Again, Athens goes 5'10" to 6 feet almost across the board. And it's hard to shoot over long arms, even if you were able to get a rebound. Athens breaks the pressure.
And that'll be last off of Coker. Borkert had a hand in there as well. It is Wildcats basketball. All 4 games live now on Zaleski Sports. Again, it's Auburndale at St. Mary Catholic, Marshfield at Hortonville, Iola Scandinavia at Assumption. The winner of that game plays the winner of this game, so we'll be keeping a close eye on that contest in Wisconsin Rapids tonight as well.
Yeah, a lot of good Marywood teams still alive.
And dribbling into the lane is Skripchak, and she's going to earn herself a pair of free throws.
That's going to be on Coker, her second already. You have to go to the bench.
Yep, Diethelm right away to the scorer's table. She'll take Coker's place.
You know, the girls also know that this is a big game. This is a big moment, the biggest game of the year for everybody involved. And the winner does get some hardware and the chance to go to sectionals and maybe state. Skripchak makes the second. We have points.
All right.
1-0 Wildcats.
Okay. Speaking of hockey score.
Levicka, 3-0. Second straight air ball by Athens.
Levicka gets it right back. Foul, and if this is on Borkert, Dan, we got trouble.
Could be.
See how many fingers they hold up,
No.
and no. So not on Borkert. Let's call this on Davis, I think.
I think it's a good call.
They got 11. There's no 11.
Maybe.
They got to fix that.
Yeah, they're working on it.
Okay. I know a lot of things. I know
Schnelly.
there's no 11. So 10, okay.
So already compared to last night when we saw Athens play Columbus Catholic, a lot more touchy foul calls first couple minutes here.
2.5 minutes in for sure. Forward Bank and Insurance are proud supporters of Athens basketball. Our team in Athens is excited to cheer our athletes on and help our customers support the community. Open your account today and help us move Athens forward.
All right, 1-1.
Unusual score.
I would say so.
Bounced into Borkert. Layup is good.
Too good. Nice post-entry pass. A 1-2-2 by the Wildcats. When we did the Athens Assumption game, of course, Assumption shows full court pressure, and a lot of times it's a 2-2-1. That's what they like to run. We saw Athens try to go too fast sometimes, right, and catch and throw without even looking to make sure that your teammates were there. And breaking a press is about patience.
Ellenbecker baseline jumper. We're tied at 3. As we come under 15 to play. We've only played 3 minutes here, and we've already had a number of things here to talk about. Here's Workus dribbling the baseline. Foot on the line for Schnelly. And foul coming up, though, and Schnelly will step to the line for a pair of free throws. Another whistle.
First on Hartwig.
Foul on number 5, Hartwig, her first, team third. At the line, shooting 2 is Schnelly.
Yeah, 5 fouls in the first 3 minutes combined. We might be here till 9:30. Especially if we have some overtime in there, maybe.
For the best in recreational or hunting properties in Wisconsin, call Brian Roosh with Whitetail Properties. Just share your goals, and Brian can tell you where and how to make it a reality. Call Brian at 715-213-4468. That's 715-213-4468. Whitetail Properties of Wisconsin.
Well, some problems here. Able to get it across.
Yeah, we saw that against Assumption, too. Eventually in that game, the athletes of Athens able to overcome the press. But some struggles here. And, you know, some of whatever it was yesterday, Dan, to this point for me has carried over today for Athens.
A little bit.
Whatever it was,
yeah,
seems to be here today as well.
Yeah, we did not see Athens shoot from the outside very much, and I was really surprised by it because Columbus was giving them shots.
Jumper there, short, off the hands of Hartwig.
Yeah, good box out.
Schnelly will bring it up for the Wildcats. Davis, and she's fouled on the half-court line by Giselle Hartwig. I think Dan's going to tell me that's her second.
Yep.
So trouble for the Blue Jays here early. We're not even 4 minutes in, and 2 starting Jays on the bench with 2 fouls.
Yeah, I mean, they're an aggressive defense. We've seen Athens a couple times. We've seen Edgar a couple times this year. Athens definitely the more aggressive team and more susceptible to getting called for fouls in a closely called game.
Schnelly and Bauman go back and forth. Now Davis will dribble it up. Borkert, baseline, stepped out of bounds.
Yeah. So we saw this against Assumption when Athens played them as well. Athens was pushing Assumption well off the three-point line to start their offense. You see Edgar passing the ball around. They're 3 or 4 feet beyond the three-point line.
And now a foul on the inbound. This is going to go on Schnelly. That'll be team foul number 3 on the Wildcats. Again, 4 team fouls on the Blue Jays.
And her second.
Schnelly's second, so she will exit. In comes Taylor Lemmer. A lot of bench action here.
Yeah. Good thing that we have a whole bench suited up tonight.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no JV to get in the way of minutes. Ellenbecker crosses the timeline. Edgar students chant defense. In now to Coker. Coker spins, cutting, and missing was Levicka.
Yeah, a little strong on the layup.
So here's Bauman. Now up top with it, Lemmer, Davis, and back to Bauman.
Yeah.
Borkert directing traffic from under the basket.
Yeah, you can see the guards are catching it 5 feet behind the three-point line. It's really hard to work your offense and get shots when you're that far back.
Yeah, get shots or post touch or anything like that.
Yep.
Borkert in now to Bauman. Bauman runs into Ellenbecker. Zettler picks it up. Addison Zettler, senior for the Blue Jays on the floor. Again, 2 Blue Jays in some mild foul trouble. Under 13, still a lot of time left in this first half.
Yep.
It seems like I've been sitting here for an hour, but I have.
Edgar's in 2-3 this trip.
And Ellenbecker shoots over it and hits. Timber for Selena Ellenbecker. She's a top 10 three-point shooter in the state.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, at last look, she shot 39, shooting 39%. She's going to be at the at state regardless. Three-point shooting contest.
It's good.
Borkert stepped through and hit.
Good move.
Really good moves by Reagan Borkert.
She has 4.
And we are locked up at 6 here in this regional final. Ellenbecker quickly back to Levicka. Levicka will set the offense. Coker inside, Diethelm, and 1, Danica Diethelm. Edgar crowd quiet for the moment.
Yeah.
We're split in half here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My headphones are super loud.
Are they?
Like it just popped in.
Well, good. You're alive. That's what that means. Diethelm completes the 3-point play. See, Dan's kind of big time. Davis 3 rattles in and out. Workus is going to induce a jump ball. It'll go to the Blue Jays. Yeah, Dan's kind of big time. Usually we've got the fancy mixer, which is here to my left. We'll use the mixer that was here prior, and just difference in technology. Dan's got his list of demands to sit up here and work, and a certain mixer is
That's
one of
true.
those demands.
I'm actually working on something for the website for Monday, Tuesday.
Fantastic.
Yeah, previews of all the local boys games.
Well, there's a lot of them.
There really is.
You're busy. Coker dump into Diethelm. Diethelm, layup, no good. Just rolled off the front of the rim.
Athens getting good looks, just not falling.
Yeah, really good inside looks.
Yeah. We've seen this out of Edgar a little bit this season too, right? If Borkart doesn't have the ball in her hands, a lot of the role players have a hard time really stepping up and contributing in a positive way.
Workus, now here is Borkert. Borkert step inside the three-point line, hits. And timeout on the floor. Edgar will take the timeout. We will as well. You're watching girls high school playoff basketball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Forward Bank and Insurance.
At Nicolay Bank, we believe that our hometown communities are the backbone of what makes Wisconsin special. From Crivets to Manitowoc and Algoma to Grand Chute, you see a thriving community with Nicolay Bank working as a partner, acting not as a corporation, but a community. When we serve together with local entrepreneurs and leaders, great things happen. That is our guiding principle. A strong and successful hometown means a strong and successful Wisconsin. We are proud to be a part of that. Nicolay Bank. Real people, real conversations.
I think we're all right there.
Yeah.
Give you our first update from Wisconsin Rapids. Assumption leads Iowa Scandinavia 12-8. They are under 12 to play. We are under 11 to play here in Edgar. A 1-point game. Athens on the road. Slim 1-point lead here in Edgar.
And Athens won the first meeting by 5, as we talked about in the pregame. Another missed layup. That one by Diethelm.
Bouncing ball, and we get a foul call of some sort. So foul goes on Selena Ellenbecker. That is her first, and should be team fourth. They haven't changed on the scoreboard here. I think it's a fourth anyway. Blocked by Coker.
Yeah, the length of Athens can really give other teams fits.
Yeah, we've seen that a handful of times. We've seen the Jays this year. Ellenbecker. Now Zettler. Zettler had to roll that ball off her hip. Ellenbecker launches a three. That got blocked by Davis. But right there for the putback is Levicka. Sometimes you just got to be in the right spot at the right time.
Yeah, good block shot. Sometimes those 50-50 balls don't go your way if you're a Wildcats fan.
So Blue Jays lead by 3. Happens to be their largest lead here of the first quarter. But 3 is a little more than a lead. That one, though, thrown out of bounds. And a pair of Wildcats coming in. Morgan Schnelly back in the game for the first time today. Macy Yonker wears 32, junior for Coach Tom McCarty.
Coach McCarty's had a really good season. Knowing that you had Borkart coming back, but not a whole lot else for certain.
Sorry, Dan.
No.
Almost falling into the lane, but bailed out with a foul call. foul here will go on number 14, Amber Skripchak. Her first, both now with 5 fouls here in the half. Ag Country Farm Credit Services, a farmer-owned co-op offering a wide array of custom financing and financial services. Loans, leases, crop insurance, tax records, they have you covered. Contact Ag Country in Stevens Point and Marshfield, Wausau, Athens, and Edgar. And Dean Helm hits home on a pair.
4 of 5 to start for Athens. Must have shot a lot of free throws during afternoon walkthrough.
Yeah, you ate some pizza for lunch and then shot the free throws. Somewhat of a wild shot there. Save back into Deanhelm. Here come the Blue Jays on the run out. Deanhelm racing to the basket, fires one up. No good. Borkart comes away with it. Back come the Wildcats.
The old 3-on-2.
Borkart, layup is good. That time we saw Dan Sophia Coker not want to pick up a foul and essentially let Borkart go through.
Yep. Lead is back to 3.
Second quarter of basketball here in Edgar. You're watching girls playoff basketball on Zaleski Sports. Presented by Forward Bank and Insurance. Jason Zaleski, Dan Ross here. Ellenbecker, 3 is just short.
Yeah, looked good from where we were.
I was going to say, you and I think alike here. You can see why she hits a lot. There was just a really a nice spin on it. Good motion, good shooting mechanics. Left alone was Skripchak. And it'll be Levicka clearing the glass.
I feel like Athens is getting what they want on the offensive end, and they haven't necessarily finished at the rim, but they're getting good shots. We've seen a lot more shots from Ellenbecker from the outside tonight than we did last night, at least.
Last shot attempt there, rejected by Borkert. And it comes to Deanhelm. Deanhelm goes to work right away, but loses the dribble.
Quick hands by the Wildcats.
Edgar quickly down the floor, and a wild shot there. Skripchak. Some of that Athens height perhaps influencing that shot.
Yeah, and you can see Coach McCarty telling his girls to settle down. It really is just another basketball game, right? There's a lot on the line, but at the end of the day, you're playing basketball. 13-10, 7:52 left to play.
Thank you, Dan. Checking the score early in Hortonville. Marshfield 13, Hortonville 12.
What an upset that would be.
Yeah, a little bit. Ellenbecker saw something that wasn't there. Orcus will pull it back out. Just about 7.5 minutes remain here in the first half. 13-10 Athens. Ball stolen away by Ellenbecker.
Yeah, Edgar's been going to the high post an awful lot. Athens starting to cheat on it now. They got a steal on it.
Pull up, Levicka, timber! How do you like that, Dan? Dribble it down, pull it up, sink it.
Yeah, and now Edgar's going to have to guard that, right? And it's right at the top of the 2-3.
3 on the way back from Schnelly is good, so Schnelly claps back. Much to the approval of the Wildcat fans here in attendance. At the scorers table is Sophia Coker and Giselle Hartwig getting ready to check back in.
Yeah.
Starters coming back on the next dead ball for the Blue Jays.
And Coker's asking the official what she has to do to get a foul call.
And what now? This is going to be foul on Athens.
I think it's on Coker.
And our official now is talking to number 12, Sydney Coker. She didn't like the foul call because, like you said, Dan, she was asking for a foul on the other end and then gets one put on her defensively.
Yep.
First for Sydney, 6 though for the Blue Jays here in the half. Next, Athens defensive foul will result in Edgar free throw.
Maybe free throws.
Maybe, yeah. Yonker skips it over to Schnelly. Davis asked for it.
Yeah.
Nothing doing there.
Edgar's got to do a better job passing the ball a little bit quicker, getting the defense to move. It's a good skip pass.
Keep an eye on Hartwig and Coker here back in the game where they play with 2 fouls, and no doubt Coach gave them some instructions here to stay safe for the next 6 minutes. And Hartwig here defending Yonker. To the elbow, Skripchak to the lane, and this is going to be foul number 3 on Sophia Coker.
Yep.
So whatever, if there were any instructions, that was not it. And there may not have been. Two free throws coming up for Skripchuk. And as Amber steps to the free throw line, we'll tell you nobody knows potatoes in Wisconsin quite like Heartland Farms. With roots in Amherst, now based in Hancock, this fifth-generation potato and vegetable farm produces many varieties of chipping potatoes, currently farming 27,000 irrigated acres and growing. Learn more about the best in the potato business at heartland.farm. That's heartland.farm. Coker substitutes for Coker. 3 fouls for Sydney on the bench. Sophia back in the game.
Yeah, Skripchuk is 1 of 4 at the line. The 3 that she missed were all very short.
Under 6 to play. Athens 3-point lead. And now it comes to Levica. Over to Diethelm. Nice. I'll just say one word. Nice.
Nice. Athens has been between 3 and 6. Lead a lot of this first half.
Here's Skripchuk now, and that blocked by Coker. Gets it right back. Blocked again, but a foul is going to be called on Sophia Coker. And 2 more free throws coming up for Amber Skripchuk.
Yeah, and Sydney Coker that time, she will not get called for a foul if she's vertical, but she's over the top of the head.
Yep.
And whenever you're over the top of the offensive player, you're going to get called for that.
And Coach Keefe is asking for that explanation. If she could have just asked you. Nobody ever asks the right person. We're going to get a timeout here. Athens will take a timeout. We will do the same. 18-14 Blue Jays over the Wildcats in this regional final girls playoff basketball game on Zaleski Sports, presented by Forward Bank and Insurance.
At Express Employment Professionals, we place people from all walks of life in all kinds of jobs.
Hi, welcome to Express. Please sign in and have a seat.
Great, thanks. Great, thanks. Great, thanks. Great, thanks.
Thank you for helping Abbey Bank become the most highly recommended community bank.
Thank you to all of our customers for helping us be successful.
Thank you for putting your trust in us.
Thank you for your loyalty.
Thank you for helping us support our communities.
We are grateful for customers like you.
Thank you to all of our customers. We hope to see you soon.
22-13 in Wisconsin Rapids. Royals over T-Birds. In here in Edgar, it's 18-15. Dan, we played to a 58-53 final in Athens about 2 months ago. We are not on pace for that.
No, a little bit behind that pace, I would say.
Yeah, but things can change. And things might change. So we'll find out. Here's Levica, pull up and fouled. A lot of whistles in this one. Think at home what you want about that. A lot of whistles. That was a foul.
Yep, 3 on Schnelly.
So starter Morgan Schnelly picks up her third. Team foul number 6, but the shooting foul will put Levica to the line for 2. Crystal Finishing Systems, a family-owned business now hiring for both their Weston and Mosinee locations with openings in manufacturing, fabrication, management, customer service, and so much more. Join the Crystal Finishing team. Learn more at crystalfinishing.com.
Much better at the free throw line tonight so far for these Blue Jays. 5-point lead.
Yeah, free throws have been a question mark for these Jays all year as Davis bounces into Borkert. Borkert works the baseline, knocked away by Diethelm and then picked up by Bauman. The Wildcats keep the ball active. Borkert left alone for 3 on its way. Got it! Big shot there for Reagan.
She has 11 of Edgar's 18 points so far.
And then stolen away. Here's Workus. Now Lemmer. Lemmer gets that one knocked all the way down, and Workus not able to hit. Gets the ball right back, and jump ball is the call.
Jump ball number 2.
Okay. Nicely done. Again, Forward Bank and Insurance are proud supporters of Athens basketball. Our team in Athens is excited to cheer our athletes on and help our customers support the community. Open your account today. Help us move Athens forward. And Alyssa Bauman moves Edgar forward, and we are tied at 20. Another steal. This is bouncing ball at half court, and travel is going to be the call on Hartwig. Things have gotten a little intense here. Somebody's texting me the Marshfield score. The funny thing is, I already know it, so I'm watching it.
Jason Zaleski, big Marshfield Tigers fan.
Certainly. I have been since, I don't know, 1980. Here's Davis on the three. It's going to stay with the Wildcats. Knocked out of bounds by Diethelm. Now you can just feel in the gym the energy's picked up here a little bit.
Yeah.
Across the gym.
A lot of that is because we have about 500 Edgar fans all around us.
Okay, here's Borkert on the take, and they were going to give her the shot, Dan, as Levicka's going to get called for the foul. Usually we just see that in the southern half of the state. You saw it right there.
Ball on number 0, Levicka, her first, team 9.
Because that was it looked like Borkert was going in slow motion. Head into Fleet Farm, get big savings on Milwaukee tools. Check out the selection of tool kits, tool storage options, and save up to $200. Get everything you need in one stop. Get it all at Fleet Farm. Wildcats done something unusual here in this game. They've taken a lead.
Yep, 7-0 run for the Wildcats.
Yeah, they led by a couple here and there early. It's been Blue Jays for the last 10 minutes on the clock until now. Wildcats 22, Blue Jays 20. In what's not a surprise, a tightly contested game. It's the 2-3. That one poked away by Lemmer. Lemmer steals it from Hartwig. Back come the Wildcats. Falling out of bounds into Borkert's hands.
That's a great assist.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And the Wildcats were a little bit lucky there. 4-point game. Energy with Edgar, and Borkert's going to pick up a foul, that being her second.
Yep. And
that'll put Giselle Hartwig to the free throw line.
Yeah, I feel like that's the first shot that Athens has even taken
Ball on number 3, Borkert, her second,
during this run.
There have not been many. There have definitely not been many. Shot here from Hartwig, misses. Purple Mountain Solutions is your go-to partner in assisting with all facets of your supply chain, purchasing, warehousing, transportation, public, private, medical. You can depend on Purple Mountain Solutions to get it there safely and efficiently. Jays come up empty that time from the free throw line. And double dribble is going to be called on Davis.
Yeah, it's 2-on-2. I think if you're Coach McCarty, you want Leah Davis to push the issue and try to get to the free throw line, get to the basket. Should I talk louder for you?
No, we're good. It's that's more for the broadcast end.
Gotcha. Okay.
Thank you. No, we're all good. Here's Hartwig, leans in, can't get it to go. A rebound brought down by Bauman. Now, though, you could turn that white headset knob. Yep, right there. Now you can turn that part down. There we go. Make it suit your liking, Dan.
Yeah, this is archaic technology.
Very much so. It's not digital. That's analog. Yeah. It's Workus in the lane, turns, hits. 6-point Edgar lead. Does Athens get a timeout? We're under 3 minutes, so we're close to halftime, but you can't take the timeouts with you into the second half. But Edgar has all the momentum right now. Ball tipped in the air, and jump ball upcoming. This is going to stay with the Blue Jays, but a hearty defensive effort there for the Wildcats.
Yeah, the Edgar press is really giving the Blue Jays fits.
Score in Wisconsin Rapids remains 33-18. Assumption in the lead. Ellen Becker, 16-footer, no good. Ball contested. Coker with the rebound. Levicka straight on three. That one off the mark. And it's going to be last off of Bauman. It's going to be Blue Jays basketball. Whew.
Yeah, both of those shots were rushed. Now, Athens likely feeling a little bit of pressure here. They know that Edgar's on an extended run. You want to really end it and get back into it, but this is a better way to do it.
And Hartwig gets fouled, and free throws coming up again for Giselle Hartwig. She missed a pair just a moment ago.
And that's on Borkert, I believe. Yep.
So Borkert's third. She walks right to the bench and will be replaced by Amber Skripchuk.
Number 3, Borkert, her third,
So 18 fouls now on the Wildcats, 9 on the Blue Jays, and still about 2:20 left to play.
Yeah, Hartwig just missed 2 free throws.
She did.
Ooh.
And that was an attempted correction, I think, because I've done that before. And then I say, oh, that was an overcorrection. Coach Keefe, hands on hips. Coach McCarty in his familiar squat in front of the bench. And another short free throw from Hartwig.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's what's going on here, but there is something in sports called the yips. I don't know if that's what happened there.
Yeah, it is getting to that point, isn't it?
Turning the corner, and this is going to be foul on Diethelm as Skripchak turned the corner. And double bonus time now. Edgar will shoot 2 free throws on each Athens foul for the next 2:07.
And Skripchak's been at the free throw line quite a bit. She's 3 of 6 at the line this game.
Yeah, all her points coming from the free throw line here in this half.
Yeah.
Marshfield goes to the half with looks like a sizable lead. Let me get my old eyes. Oh, sorry, a 1-point lead, not a sizable lead. Halftime in Neillsville. Neillsville winning 34-27 in the regional final over Osseo Fairchild. And Skripchak, that one rattles in and out, but Edgar with a nice-looking 7-point lead right now. You know, all things considered, they had that middle stretch of this half. Edgar had struggled. But they have things working. They got it hooked up right now, as they say in racing. Levicka dribbles, turns, fires, hits. You talked about Addison Levicka in yesterday's broadcast, her body control on the basketball floor. She showed it there.
Yeah. Absolutely, and I think that Levicka might have to take over this game if Athens wants to get back in this before halftime.
Yep, Hartwig's having to be careful out on the top of that 1-3-1 with the 2 fouls. She has 2 or 3, whatever it is, but she's got to be careful.
Yeah, she has 2.
And Hartwig's going to come out now, so that's probably a good idea by Coach Keefe.
Especially on the offensive side right now.
Especially.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if you can, you go offense, defense here in the first half with your foul-troubled players.
Yeah.
Reagan Borkert, one of those for Edgar on the bench right now.
Yeah, and Zettler's been really good on top of that 1-3-1 so far.
Missed shot there by Workus. Tie up down below. It's going to stay with Edgar. As both Workus and Sydney Coker knotted up. Auburndale at St. Mary Catholic, and 2 minutes left in the first half there as a wild shot thrown up. And score St. Mary Catholic 35, Auburndale 22. Merriwood South fans will appreciate that score update. And Zettler is going to be called with the rebounding foul there. So Zettler picks up the foul, and it'll be a march to the free throw line for the Wildcats.
A lot of free throws.
At the line shooting the double bonus is Workus.
Yeah, and this, I don't know that it's a benefit for Edgar, but it's a subtraction for Athens with the fouls and then their own free throw shooting.
Yeah.
So it's a tilt towards Edgar, I guess. I don't want to say it's an advantage for Edgar because the fouls also affect them as well. But
yeah. This is the 25th free throw shot in the first half.
Whew. It's a lot.
It is.
Workus splits a pair. 6-point Wildcat lead.
The teams have to adapt to how the game is being called.
Yeah, and that starts with coaching, right?
Yep,
Coach has got to help you out, give you some direction. That's thrown into the Edgar bench. So 53 ticks left here in the half. Edgar seemingly will take a halftime lead.
Yeah, and the body language of Athens is not good right now.
Workus, baseline drive, bounce, Davis, 3, too strong. And the rebound is going to end up in a jump ball. Yeah. Athens basketball.
The last couple of minutes has been without Burkhart too, and Athens has not been able to cut into the Wildcat lead.
Yeah, that's really when you got to make progress. When a player of Barkert's caliber is out of the game, but you're right, Blue Jays have not been able to do that.
Yeah, if you're Athens, you have to go into the locker room no worse than 6 right now. If that's holding for 1, that's holding for 1, but you cannot miss and go down 8 or 9. That's a tough road.
Levicka inside to Diethelm. Diethelm will turn and fire, and that shot not able to find its way through.
Yeah, turnaround 14-footers, not what Coach Keefe needed right there.
Final 10 seconds. Here's Yonker inside now. Skripchak fights her way through. And that will do it here in the half as the Blue Jays will dribble it out and they will head to halftime. Our halftime score is Edgar 28, Athens 22, and we'll get a special message here from Wheelers. I got to pull this up on my phone here. Get ready for that. Give Joe time to get the graphic up on the screen. There you go, Joe. Slide that on over, and we'll tell you, Wheelers Chevrolet GMC is proud to support all area female student athletes. Whether in the classroom, on the playing surface, Wheelers Chevrolet GMC sees your greatness. Please join Wheelers Chevrolet GMC in the gym and around town to congratulate all female student athletes and let them know you see their greatness. And we do too. We're very happy to cover girls high school athletics and collegiate athletics here in the area. We are certainly with Wheeler's mission to see the greatness of all area female student athletes. Halftime here. 2-minute break. Dan and I will be back with first half stats right after this on Zaleski Sports, presented by Forward Bank and Insurance.
Stone Innovations, home of Wisconsin's largest granite and quartz selection, is now featuring the best stone shopping experience in the state. Our brand new indoor facility allows for a home-like, comfortable atmosphere. Choose from hand-picked stone from around the world and select the perfect look for your dream kitchen in the best lighting possible. Then sit down with our free design services to customize the look of your kitchen. Our projects come with a lifetime warranty. Stone Innovations, Wisconsin's granite and quartz leader. Appleton, Rhinelander, Clover, Madison.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and zero premium company paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
Winter's coming fast, which means it's time to hit the trails. Bill's Service Center has all things you need to stay warm and dry on the trails this winter. With a full selection of jackets, bibs, helmets, boots, casual wear. And don't forget that Bill's is your chainsaw safety gear headquarters. Bill's Service Center is your one-stop connection for all your cold weather riding gear.
Don't freeze your jingle bells off. Get your cold weather riding gear at Bill's Service Center. Bill's Service Center, where the adventure begins.
Now more than ever, it's crucial for your business to be able to ship your products safely and efficiently, both near and far. Purple Mountain Solutions is your local specialist for logistics and supply chain management in both public and private sectors. Bringing years of leadership, excellent attention to detail, and a dedication to the job at hand is what keeps Purple Mountain Solutions the leader in transportation, logistics, supply chain management, and warehousing. Get your products right where they need to be and put your trust in a business you can trust. Purple Mountain Solutions.
Welcome back to Edgar High School. Regional final game, the Edgar Wildcats lead the Athens Blue Jays 28-22. Just a little over 7.5 minutes remaining in halftime.
Okay, excellent. Well, glad everybody's here watching. I'm going to look up some scores from around the area. I didn't have a chance to do that as I went down to fix a mistake I made before the game. So while I'm doing that, Dan will give some first half stats. The Athens Blue Jays have scored 22 points. Dan, tell us how they got there.
Yeah, so not surprising. Edison Levicka with 10. She's just 6 points shy of her season average. She had 14 last night against the Dons of Columbus Catholic. Well on pace to get there once again. 7 points for Danica Diethelm. 5 points for Selena Ellenbecker, one from the outside, a triple. And that is it. That's 22 points. So Giselle Hartwig has not scored. She's usually 15.5 points a game. Sophia Coker, 15 points a game, has been held scoreless. She has foul trouble. Sophia Coker has 3 fouls. Sydney Coker has 2 fouls. A foul apiece for Levicka, Zettler, Ellenbecker, and Diethelm. 6 of 11 at the free throw line in the first half for the Blue Jays. That's 54%. That's not going to cut it.
Yeah, likely not. Likely not going to cut it. Athens, again, we saw them yesterday, played about this style in the first half yesterday, and have kind of continued some of the things into this in this first half. See what Coach Keefe comes up with for second half, but there's going to have to be a little more pep, a little more energy out of the Blue Jays, I believe, in the second half. Edgar Wildcats scored 28 in the first half. Dan, how did they do that?
Well, 15 of them were from Reagan Borkart.
That's pretty good. Over half of the team scoring.
Yeah, and that was in the first 14 minutes because she sat the last 4 minutes of that first half with foul trouble. 15, that's a big number. She comes in averaging just shy of 19 a game. 4 points apiece for Morgan Schnelly and Amber Skripczak. 3 points for Michaela Werkus, 2 for Alysta Baumann. The Edgar Wildcats shoot 64% from the free throw line, 9 of 14. I don't remember what we had last night, but there were 25 free throws, 20 fouls called in the first half. A lot. Borkart has 3, Schnelly has 3, so Athens has some foul trouble. Edgar also has some foul trouble. 1 apiece for Werkus and Skripczak. We're in for a good second half. Athens has to figure things out offensively. They didn't have real good spacing late in that second half. And I feel like Edgar got rolling there, and the fact that Athens was not able to lower the lead of Edgar with Borkart on the bench, not a good sign. The first 4 or 5 minutes of the second half is going to tell us a lot about how the rest of this game is going to go.
All right, I finally got all the scores tabulated. I'm going to take a moment here and just verify everything that I'm seeing. We'll take a quick 2-minute commercial break here, bring you back with area scores on Zaleski Sports.
We said we're growing, and we are. Come join the Crystal Finishing family. We're looking for experienced industrial maintenance mechanics, CNC fabricators, all driver positions for our freight team, as well as skilled and general production. We know the importance of a work and life balance. Our shift options and flexible schedules set us apart. Our pay ranges from $17 to $43 per hour depending on your skill level. We're proud to be a family-owned company that is committed to our community, team members, and the growth of our business. Call or jump on our website to learn more.
Edgar Family Restaurant is located just south of Highway 29 in Edgar and open 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, drink, dessert, get it all at Edgar Family Restaurant. Homemade food to fill your belly and your soul. Daily specials including Friday fish fry, soup, salad, pies made from scratch, and a full menu of choices are yours at Edgar Family Restaurant. Give back to those who support our community. Give back and visit Edgar Family Restaurant for breakfast tomorrow, then stay for lunch and dinner too. Edgar Family Restaurant is a proud backer of Wildcats football.
When the last thing you need to happen does. One of our 16 mobile service trucks from Sherrill Tire and Service Center can keep you rolling and growing. Sherrill Tire and Service Center, your locally owned farm tire specialist.
Sherrill Tire and Service, keep growing and rolling with us.
Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
You know better when you see it.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
But sometimes it's a little harder to tell what better looks like, and you could use a little help.
Thanks, Mom.
Security Health Plan. Everything you need in a health plan. Everything you'd expect from a good neighbor.
Halftime continues here in Edgar. Edgar leads at the half, 28-22, and Wheeler's Chevrolet GMC is proud to support all area female student athletes. Whether in the classroom, on the playing surface, Wheeler's Chevrolet GMC sees your greatness. Please join Wheeler's Chevrolet GMC and Zaleski Sports in the gym and around town, and congratulate all female student athletes and let them know that you see their greatness. Other great female student athletes on the basketball floor tonight. Score updates. I got halftime score updates, although Marshfield is already into the second half, a couple minutes in. St. Mary Catholic 38, Auburndale 28, Assumption 41, Iola Scandinavia 27. Winner there plays the winner here somewhere on Thursday. Marshfield over Hortonville 28-27 in the at halftime. It's 31-30 now with 16:20 left.
That's a surprise.
Close game.
That's a surprise.
Yeah, definitely close game. And then Neelsville over Osseo Fairchild, 37-24 at the half. Those are the girls' scores that we know about, the ones that we're following anyway. There may be others that you know about out there, and if you do, hit us up in the chat box down below. So Thursday, sectional semifinal, winner here and the winner Assumption and Iola. Now things maybe get a little more clear, say if Iola were to win rather than Assumption. But the sectional sites are picked out a year plus sometimes in advance. So oftentimes they're earmarks. Well, right now the earmark for this one is in Athens. Now, I don't believe the WIAA would, or the schools really, anybody would agree to play that sectional semifinal game, a neutral site game, at somebody's home floor. I don't believe that would happen. But as of right now...
You mean if Athens won?
If Athens were to win, sorry.
Yeah.
If Athens were to win. Right. If Iola or Assumption and Edgar wins, then it becomes not as big of a factor, although I don't know that gym could hold enough people for a sectional semi, but that's up for debate. So we'll see what happens. We'll keep an eye on that. If Athens were to win, yeah, then that becomes a really prickly pear that somebody's going to have to work through, because those sites are, and like this one is here tonight, these are generally manned by volunteers. And sometimes you can't find volunteers to work a particular night, say a Thursday night. You know, you could have pool league or darts, or it's your family night, or you just don't want to go volunteer at some basketball game somewhere.
Athens does have the best pretzel in the area.
So that's a vote for Dan.
Yeah.
All right, second half here, just about ready to begin. And it'll be Edgar Ball on the possession arrow. Now the arrow flips to the Blue Jays. Edgar, 6-point lead to start.
Yeah, I don't think I'm on the game Thursday, so maybe I'll just go to Athens anyway and have a pretzel.
Just see how the Blue Jays are living that day. Well, that schedule is really not firm yet. Yeah. It's gonna, after tonight, there would be a lot of debating internally about who's going where and what games we're broadcasting, all that kind of thing. So
what you're saying is there's a chance they're going to strap a camera to me and have me march around the entire Blue Jays floor again.
You did really good at that, though. That's the thing. Travel there by Workus. I think I've done that job before. That's actually the one I prefer. I like roaming around the gym. It's a lot of fun for me, especially if it's somebody else's beat. Say Assumption wins and Steve Maves calls all the Assumption games. I'll gladly give way to somebody else's permanent beat. Ellenbecker dribbles.
Edgar man-to-man to start the second half.
Shot short there and nearly a foul on Sophia Coker. Here comes Borkert, head of steam, and layup for Reagan Borkert.
She did a really good job making sure that she did not go through the defender, because a fourth foul there would have been really detrimental.
Potentially devastating. Now Borkert intercepts the pass. Back come the Wildcats, up by 8. Wildcats looking to make a statement. And what do we have here? This is
They're calling it a block.
A defensive foul.
I'm not exactly sure what the defender was supposed to do there. They're calling it on the floor.
So on the floor, but they do call a defensive foul, and they call this on Lavica, her second.
And I'm not saying that it wasn't the right call. I just don't know what the defender does. The defender was vertical, standing there, took the brunt of it. Bang, bang call.
3 here is good for Schnelly. Boy, I missed a lot of people in the chat. I'll have to catch this up here in just a minute. Here's Ellenbecker. 10-point game. Edgar has come out and made a statement here to begin the second half. Lavica, mid-range jumper, no good. Offensive rebound. Put back is not there. That was Sophia Coker. And then a foul, Lavica. That's going to be her third. And that'll send Diethelm to the scorer's table. Ron and Marcy watching from Davenport, Florida. Joe, Dave, Sarah, Justin, Margaret. The whole gang is here watching this regional final. Again, hardware tonight. We're going to get a plaque on the floor.
Yeah, I don't know the last time Athens was at sectionals. I looked up, they've been to the state tournament one time in 1991. It's been a while.
Yeah, it certainly has. Borkert steps through, gets her own rebound. Putback isn't there, gets another, almost a rebound. Now Workus is good. Athens has not scored yet in the half. It's been all Edgar here in the second half.
They need a timeout.
And Edgar will get a steal. quickly down and the ball thrown away. Coach Keefe is going to roll the dice here and let this ride. Well, or will she? She's checking with the scorers table. I don't know. There wouldn't be anything to check with timeout-wise. There is the timeout. So timeout is called. Athens takes it. Edgar, 34, Athens 22 on Zaleski Sports, presented by Forward Bank and Insurance. Cropping Central, conveniently located between Edgar and Stratford on County Road N, 715-352-2843. Let Cropping Central take care of your field plans, yield mapping, crop scouting, and crop protection, including hail insurance. Cropping Central, 715-352-2843, and visit them on County Road N, west of Edgar. It went that way.
Welcome back
here
to Edgar High School.
Dan's up here throwing things around during the commercial.
Practicing juggling, and I'm not that good at it.
No, as it turns out. I witnessed.
Yeah.
Some discussion here on the inbound. Okay, Athens, as Dan said, needed a timeout. I fully agreed. What was our halftime score?
28-22.
So 28-22. It's all Wildcats here in the second half. In now to Hartwig. Hartwig power dribble off the backboard, no good. Borkert rips down the rebound. Here come the Wildcats. Borkert, nobody's stopped ball. Borkert runs into it, and there is foul number 4. And this game may have just changed, Dan.
Yeah. I mean, I think everybody in the entire gym knew she was taking it all the way to the basket because she just did it, right? And it was a very similar play that was called a block last time.
Coach McCarty is I don't even know how to explain. He's in his mind. He's developing a new plan. You could just see it on his face.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, well, I still got 15 and a half minutes left, and my number one, perhaps the best player on the floor now, is going to be on the bench for about the next 10 minutes, depending on the score.
Yeah, it really depends on how this game goes. If Athens goes on a run and it gets down to maybe 4, then I could see her coming back no matter what.
Davis picks up a cheap foul. Athens, though, in the first half was not able to take advantage of Borkert on the bench. We'll see if they learned anything from that experience in the first half. Levica comes back on the floor. Perhaps Coach Keefe wants a little bit better offensive option with Borkert on the bench. But 12-point game with 15-25. Put a note on that when Borkert goes to the bench with 4 fouls. Levica dribbles around, gets her own rebound, and the putback is good. So right away, comes back on the floor and scores a bucket.
Yeah, first points of the second half.
Davis, 3, that one in and out.
Halfway down.
Rebound, Coker. Quickly up ahead, there's Hartwig. Inside to Levica, and that was nicely defended there by Morgan Schnelling.
Yep. Give credit to Edgar. They have played really well tonight, and they've played really well the whole second half of this season.
Yeah, they have. It's a team that has definitely improved as the season's went on, as you would expect anybody in a regional final to, and I probably did a Mr. Obvious there, but yeah. Edgar in particular, though.
Yeah. But they're 21-5. Like, it's 20 wins in the Merriwood South is always a big deal.
Another great defensive effort by Morgan Schnelling. Here come the Wildcats. Schnelling bounces it outside to Bauman. Ellenbecker nearly picked up a foul. Hartwig with the steal. Up ahead, Levica. Levica on the run out. A layup. Good.
Levica's got 14.
Coach McCarty takes a look, and he sees an ailing Amber Skripchak right now. An injury timeout is going to be granted here. They're going to let Skripchak off the floor, call the dead ball, and bring Macy Yonker on. Not sure if she got winded or maybe got the wind knocked out of her.
Yeah, and good job by Coach McCarty. He noticed it right away and already had someone at the scorer's table.
Okay, so since Borkert's departure, Jays have scored a few. Bodies flying, Yonker jumper no good. Ellenbecker with the rebound.
Yeah, this game's changing a little bit right now. You just kind of feel it. Momentum shift.
There's Levica up top. Takes a look, and we'll get it back. Now Levica puts bounce on the basketball, and a foul is going to put Addison Levica to the line for 2.
Leah Davis, her second. I like that.
Yeah, we'll turn that up a little bit. I forgot all about that. When you see the foul call coming in, Dan, go ahead and slide that up. I forgot all about that because I screwed it up in the first half is why.
We have a microphone at the scorer's table.
We indeed do. Nicolay Bank offers personal banking at its best. Locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Medford, Edgar, and Merrill. Learn more at nicolaybank.com.
12-point lead, down to 7.
Here's Workus, and layup is good for Michaela Workus. Strong take for the junior Workus. She plays so well. And that one's stolen away by Workus. Zettler got caught. Here's Bauman, layup, good. Wildcats rebuild the lead to 11.
Yeah, and Zettler did a big mistake on going across the timeline, and then you get stuck there.
Here's Zettler on the low block, lost it out of bounds, another turnover. In comes Hartwig, she's going to come get Zettler out of the game. Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you. Score update from Wisconsin Rapids, 43-32 Assumption over Iola Scandinavia.
That's the 1-4 game.
That is the 1-4, tightening just a bit.
Yeah. This top half of the sectional has pretty much been chalked the whole way.
Ball bounces right into the hands of Workus, takes advantage. The Wildcats have been lucky here a few times and stolen away by Davis. Read it like a book, did Davis. Bauman took a look at a 3. Coker closed out on her, and now Coker is going to get called for the foul 19 feet from the basket. So that is Sydney Coker.
Her third, yeah.
So third, each team now with 3 fouls apiece, and we think now back to Borkert taking a seat on the bench. That was 3 minutes ago, and the Wildcats are +1 since then.
Yep. Quick 6-0 run by the Wildcats.
Again, Athens not able to take advantage of Borkert on the bench.
They did for a little bit.
Could end up being the story of the game.
Yep.
And it has been so far.
Yeah. And honestly, the big difference of this game is Athens turning the ball over repeatedly on the offensive side.
And we've got a foul here called on Sophia Coker as she put a shoulder into the driving Macy Yonker.
That's number 4.
So fouls racking up here everywhere, and we'll see Sydney Coker come back in and rescue her sister Sophia. For the time being anyway, but the foul trouble all over the place now.
Sophia Coker's been held scoreless. 15 points a game missing right now. Athens staying in the 1-3-1.
Bauman launches a 3. Almost got it to roll in. Offensive rebound. Underneath, no good. Coker rips it away, and then Workus is going to cause the tie-up. Edgar Wildcat fans love the hustle from their Wildcats. And I wasn't sure we would see this here tonight, Dan, but the Wildcats are out-muscling the Blue Jays here tonight.
Yeah, a lot of hustle plays. Edgar has had a lot of balls kind of fall on them, and that happens from time to time, right? You kind of make your own luck.
Diethelm into Hartwig. I don't think it was planned, but that's the way that I'll call it.
Hartwig's first 2 of the night.
Athens team that went to state had Sophie and Cindy Coker's mom on the team. All right.
That's interesting.
Yeah. There's Workus. Off the backboard left hand, can't roll in. Ellenbecker nearly lost it. She turned and didn't know what she was turning into.
Yeah.
11-point game. Diethelm, 3, bucket.
Diethelm has 10, trying to make up for some of the scoring that's lacking for the Blue Jays tonight.
Down to single digits, under 11 to play in the game. That one batted by Ellenbecker and not able to save it. But the senior Ellenbecker, we talked to her last night, as Dan said in the pregame, our player of the game last night. We asked about what her senior season means to her, and it's obviously emotional. She was emotional and said she wanted it bad. Ellenbecker went for the steal that time. Davis launches a 3, that one too strong. Levica will gather. 8-point game, quickly up ahead, too far for Hartwig.
You see Ellenbecker trying to talk to Levica.
Yep, told her to settle it down, slow it down. Let's run the offense and score a bucket.
Yeah.
Too much, she said. That was just too much.
Good idea, but you have to make good passes. Athens just continuing to turn the ball over.
Yonker able to corral it in the corner. Workus outside. Davis, another three. Timber! Leah Davis.
Her first basket of the game, and you give her enough chances out there, she's definitely going to hurt you.
Yeah, she's the Wildcat sharpshooter for sure. Inside to Hartwig, got position on Yonker, and couldn't get it to fall. That right there, Dan, that one layup attempt by Hartwig really talks about the difference between those two teams. Edgar's had a lot of those shots fall. Athens can't get them to go.
Everybody in the gym should hope that Hartwig can get these in.
And rattles the first one through.
Again, she came in 0 for 4 and not close on any of her first 4. So that's a confidence booster for an individual in a big spot.
Missed on that end. Coker, though, with the rebound. Right back to Hartwig. Dishes out to Diethelm, who lost the handle on it.
Another turnover.
Davis, what? It's going to be a jump ball. Okay. So jump ball, possession arrow to the Wildcats.
Number 7.
It's the Winter Blitz sale at Stone Innovations. With the purchase of a new countertop, get a free installed stainless steel sink or 10% off tile backsplash and labor. Check out the discounts on flooring. This Winter Blitz offer is only at Stone Innovations. And a foul at half court is going to go on the Wildcats. Yeah. As they unpile, that's Morgan Schnelly.
That's 4.
4 on Schnelly, 4 on Borkert. We get the previously dinged up Amber Skripchak back on the floor, along with a list of, Bauman that just came back in? No, Lemmer, 0, Lemmer back in the game. Nearly stolen away by Yonker. 10-point game.
Yeah. And, Athens felt like they deserved a higher seed than 3, but they are the 3, and a lot of that is because of strength of schedule. We've talked about it ad nauseum. And Edgar's battle tested. They have played really good competition all season, and it's kind of showing right now. Athens really having a hard time controlling the ball.
Yonker got trapped in the corner. She stepped out of bounds, but Coach McCarty says, I called the timeout before that. The officials, though, I need to talk about this. I don't know that they're going to say, okay, timeout was granted. Timeout on Zaleski Sports, today's game, sponsored by Forward Bank and Insurance.
First things first with Midstate Technical College. Dual credit programs earn you college credit in high school. Then choose a path that suits you. Use your skills to start your career or transfer to a university to continue your degree. Choose a new career. Transition easily and quickly by upgrading your skills. Or continue your education with dozens of classes to get you on your path. No matter your stage of the game, your first move is Midstate Technical College.
What Heartland Farms is a large potato and vegetable operation. Who Heartland Farms is a group of hardworking, dedicated people who have a common vision.
Heartland Farms is an accumulation of individuals who came from family farm backgrounds, grew up on family farms, and now have come together as one larger team to own and manage a much larger farm enterprise.
Over in Hortonville, the Polar Bears have won on a scoring binge. They lead Marshfield 50-37. 7 minutes to play here on the inbound after the Edgar timeout. And Blue Jays commit the foul. It's going to be free throws coming up for Michaela Workus. Foul is charged to Sydney Coker. 4.
She has 4. Sophia Coker has 4. Levica has 3.
And Workus connects on the free throw. Addison Zettler back in the game for Athens. But again, as Bears repeating, Dan, we're 6 minutes into it, and Reagan Borkert's still on the bench with the fouls, and there's no reason to rush her back into this game.
Yeah.
Edgar leads by 12. Back to +1 with Borkert on the bench for the last 6 minutes.
This has been between 8 and 12 for the last 7 minutes maybe. And Athens just keeps turning the ball over.
Zettler, and Zettler is, what, fouled or tied up?
Fouled, looks
Gonna
like.
be fouled, okay. What about Neelsville, says Colin. Neelsville at halftime was leading Osseo Fairchild 37-24. That's what we know now about the Neelsville Warriors. What we'll know tomorrow morning is highlights on Facebook at Zaleski Sports West. So those looking for Neelsville video highlights tomorrow morning. Highlights of all of our games tonight. Likely coming out in the morning. Hartwig off balance. Diethelm with the rebound, and Diethelm got fouled. So 2 free throws coming up for Danica Diethelm, although she is slow to get up off of the Edgar hardwood.
Yeah, that's the effort play that Coach Keefe needs out of her team the rest of this game. Younker's really, she's really getting bang for her buck out there.
Yeah.
The fouls per minute's pretty high. Diethelm 3 of 3 at the line so far. Announcer's jinx, probably.
Nope. She didn't hear you. Say it louder next time.
You're 4 of 4 at the line tonight.
But hey, I think we start this this speech now. But you got to hit the free throws if you're Athens. Diethelm, nicely done, because you're behind by quite a bit. We're in the 4th quarter here.
Yep,
and in a low-scoring game, 8 points is a lot. A travel, they'll call there on Lemmer, so Athens gets a turnover.
So bookmark this, 8:36 left. It's a 10-point game. This has to get down to 4 or 5 with 4 minutes left. Athens can score in bunches, right? We've seen that all season.
Hartwig not able to connect, and Yonker bounces it and picked up by Lemmer.
Transition.
Here comes Lemmer. Lemmer kick out to Workus, and Workus throws the ball back into Zettler. Ball still bouncing, now picked up by the Blue Jays. It was slightly out of control.
A little bit.
Zettler, nicely defended by Skripchak, and we've got a injury timeout on the floor. We will Danica Diethelm is going to take a seat on the bench, and that will bring Sophia Coker back into the game.
And Burkhart.
And Reagan Borkert comes back in. So Reagan comes back in with 8:03. So she sits for 6.5 minutes.
And if you're Athens, you got to go at her.
And 6.5 minutes, and the Edgar's only -1.
Yep.
In that 6.5.
Yeah, great job.
This carries through. That'll be question number 1 that I'll ask Coach Tom McCarty in our post-game show. A lot of basketball to be played. Yeah, ball pops free and right to Alysta Bauman. So a unsuccessful possession for the Blue Jays, and they really can't afford to have those.
Burkhart is calling for the ball.
Well, she's been deficient offensively for the last 6 minutes, so she's not played.
Yep. Yeah, and honestly, she has not played for a good chunk of this game.
Zettler, foot inside the three-point line. Bank shot, no good. Ball bouncing in the lane, and a jump ball upcoming. There it is.
It's going to stay with Athens.
Forward Bank and Insurance. It's our mission to keep convenient banking and insurance services in communities like Athens. We know the health of our community depends on great schools, strong businesses, and supportive nonprofits working together to move forward to success. Keeping checking free and access easy through digital banking is just the start. Charitable money market account is unique in having our customers decide where we donate. Learn more about all we do at Forward, including insurance. Visit forward.bank.
Ellen Becker just missed that one about a foot short off Burkhart.
Diethelm moves from the injury chair back to the front of the bench. She looks like she's ready to come back in when coach needs her. Ball last touched by Davis. It'll stay with the Blue Jays, but Athens having trouble on these inbounds. Back in is starter Morgan Schnelly.
Also with 4 fouls.
Alysta Bauman will take a break. Good work, though, by Bauman coming off the bench.
Coach McCarty's asking, who doesn't have 4 fouls?
And a friendly bounce, really the first time for Athens we've seen a bounce go their way. That was Sophia Coker.
Her first 2 of the game.
And Schnelly and timeout. So Coach McCarty calls the timeout. His Wildcats lead by 8 on Zaleski Sports, presented by Forward Bank and Insurance.
When buying or selling land, the biggest decision you make is choosing your representation. Whitetail Properties is the top real estate company for selling hunting land, recreational properties, and farms. Our nationwide network of sportsmen, farmers, and investors offers a great opportunity for you to capitalize on the true market value of your property. In central Wisconsin, Brian Roosh is your local land specialist and is ready to help you get started on all of your property needs.
Under 7 minutes to play in this regional final. A plaque will be awarded to the regional final winner here. One they'll proudly hang in the school somewhere for a while, and then they'll get ready for a sectional semifinal on Thursday, which for the winner will mean way more than this game.
Absolutely.
There's Davis coming out of the Wildcats timeout. Schnelly takes a look around. Back to Davis. Edgar going to work the clock here, it appears, Dan. That's the message from Coach McCarty. Diethelm near a steal. Now Workus bounces it inside to Borkert, works through and off the glass.
19 for Borkert in limited minutes.
I'll say it again, Athens had their chance to see what life was like without Borkert, but weren't able to take advantage. Borkert rebound and stepped out of bounds. Too much momentum for Reagan.
Yeah, a lot of one-on-one offense right now for the Athens Blue Jays. Not setting a lot of screens offensively. And honestly, really not playing very well tonight.
And a 5-second call. No, a timeout saves the 5-second call. Our score remains Edgar 47, Athens 37 on Zaleski Sports, presented by Forward Bank and Insurance.
I had an employee at once ask me to prioritize family, faith, and business. And I put them in that order in particular. For each one of our employees, it's family first. You do what is best for you and your family. Then the rest of it will take care of itself. It's about making sure you make the best decisions for you and your family.
Stone Innovations, home of Wisconsin's largest granite and quartz selection, is now featuring the best stones shopping experience in the state. Our brand new indoor facility allows for a home-like, comfortable atmosphere. Choose from hand-picked stone from around the world and select the perfect look for your dream kitchen in the best lighting possible. Then sit down with our free design services to customize the look of your kitchen. Our projects come with a lifetime warranty. Stone Innovations, Wisconsin's granite and quartz leader. Appleton, Rhinelander, Clover, Madison.
Near identical time in Wisconsin Rapids, and I suppose a near identical score, 53-45. That is Assumption leading Iola Scandinavia, so fairly similar. Teams, winners from there and here will play each other on Thursday. Coker, layup. So Coach Keefe able to work the timeout, get 2 points.
If you're
8-point game.
Yeah, if you're an Athens fan, you need some stops, whether that's turnovers or missed shots and rebounds.
Skripchek able to hold her pivot foot. Here's Workus on the ball fake. But Wildcats, I thought I saw it before, but I think they're going to run some time, although Borkert makes me a wrong announcer there. Put back from Borkert, no good. Levicka finally tracks down the ball.
Yeah, Edgar has played really well tonight. They need to play well for 6 more minutes.
Hartwig throws it up, no good there, and it's going to be a foul on, I think, Skripchek in the Wildcats. It's a foul on the Wildcats. And it is Skripchek. So second on Amber. That's team foul number 8. And so Athens is shooting free throws here, or should be, right?
Yep.
1 and 1. There we go. Coker heads to the free throw line of the Sophia variety.
Yeah, hustle play. Something that Athens was missing the first half of this game.
We need to hustle a lot here. Under 6 to play. It's an 8-point game, and free throws an issue this season for the Blue Jays. Borkert skips it. Now here's Skripchek, baseline drive. Launches, no good. Ellenbecker rebound.
Yeah.
Again, Athens, though, Dan, with trailing by 8, have been given opportunity after opportunity. Offensive foul is called on Hartwig as Michaela Workus learned how to do that at basketball camp.
She did. It was interesting the way that she fell wasn't the way that Hartwig went to the basket.
Skilled maneuver.
Well, contact, right?
Yeah, there was contact.
Yeah.
Athens played in a lot of basketball games, though, where that was a no call.
Yeah. No, it's just the physics look kind of weird, I guess.
Dienhelm up ahead now to Hartwig. Hartwig against Yonker, and runner is good. 6-point game, not done yet. 5 to play.
Yeah, there's a little bit more anxiousness in this gym all of a sudden.
It certainly is. Inside now to Workus alone. Layup is good.
That's good offense. Workus has 10 in the second half.
Levica, quick 3. That one rims in and out. Davis tracks down the rebound. Time a factor. Wildcats enjoy the amount of time that isn't left. Jay's wishing there was more.
Yep.
Another steal, though, and ball then thrown away. Dienhelm throws it off the back of Hartwig. And this is going to be free throws coming up for Morgan Schnelly. Is the kid doing the gritty back there?
No, I was laughing because the foul occurred at the free throw line, and she took a step or two on the way up, I guess. Hartwig's 4th.
So 4th foul on Hartwig. Shooting foul, and Schnelly hits the first.
2 of 3 at the line tonight. Iola down by 6.
Iola down by 6. That becoming a bit of a game.
The lead is 9.
Inside feed now to Levica. She turns, and more. Check this out, Dan. More free throws coming.
Yeah, I don't like that foul call because she split 2 defenders. She created the contact, right?
Yeah.
Probably more of a no call than anything, I would.
Joe Anderson is standing in protest. He's standing to stretch. We've all been sitting for a long time today at different functions coming into this one. Levica looking for a pair of free throws and splits the pair. 8-point game, 4:10 remains.
Well, Athens has missed 9 free throws tonight.
Yep, 8 points game, missed 9 free throws. Here's Borkert now, baseline drive, Borkert. Around the defender, couldn't get it to go. Workus, though, will gather up the offensive rebound.
Yeah, you can't expect to make them all, but they are free throws for a reason.
And a foul outside. This could be on Hartwig. If it is, it's her 5th, and it is.
Yep.
So Giselle Hartwig will finish the game with a Dairy Queen with 3:47 left in it.
Finishes the game with 5 points, 1 of 6 at the free throw line. Not one of her better games.
So Macy Yonker at the free throw line for the Wildcats. Yonker looking for first points tonight. Not there. Borkert tracks down the rebound. Another free chance for the Wildcats.
Yeah, unacceptable. You got to box out on free throws. Like it really is little things in these big games, right?
Inside, Workus leans in and hits. Back to a 10-point game, 3.5 to play.
15 points for Michaela Workus.
There's Coker all the way to the rack. Coach Keefe is going to call a timeout. We will take probably our last timeout here of the game. We'll see. An 8-point game, Edgar in the lead at home on Zaleski Sports, presented by Forward Bank and Insurance. Edgar Family Restaurant is located just south of Highway 29 in Edgar and open 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, drink, dessert, get it all at Edgar Family Restaurant. Homemade food to fill your belly and your soul. Daily specials including Friday fish fry, soup, salad, pies made from scratch, and a full menu of choices are yours at Edgar Family Restaurant. Give back to those who support our community. Give back and visit Edgar Family Restaurant for breakfast tomorrow, then stay for lunch and dinner too. Edgar Family Restaurant is a proud backer of Wildcats football. All right, Edgar Wildcats student section breaking out the I Believe We Will Win chant. And they're in great shape for it here. 8-point lead, just over 3 minutes left to play. Final out of Neillsville. Neilsville advances. They are a regional final champion here on this Saturday night, 59-43 over Osseo Fairchild.
Now, Coach McCarty, I'm sure, talked patience here.
And where are we going here? Deflected off of both. So
Okay.
jump ball.
Number 9.
Sometimes you just don't know who touched it last.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't know, that's the right call.
That's correct.
And better be
Workus
honest.
off of the hand or wrist of Sophia Coker. So they'll Wildcats will inbound again. 6-point game in Wisconsin Rapids. Assumption leads Iola Scandinavia 57-51, 2:48 to play. So coming down to the wire there, coming down to the wire here, although an Edgar basket here going to put the Wildcats in really good shape. Under 3 to play.
Oh, she's
And
up on the
backcourt
line.
violation.
If you're Athens, you don't need threes, you need baskets.
Just get to the rim, right?
That's right. The way that this game is being called, if you're at the rim in traffic, there's a good chance you get 2 or 3 out of it.
Senior Selena Ellenbecker will bring it across the half-court line. Athens basketball season on the brink here in Edgar. Under 2.5 to play.
Edgar playing man-to-man.
Levicka gets another shot at it. Can't make that one, and Addison Levicka is going to pick up the foul as she goes through Reagan Borkert for the rebound.
That's her 4th.
4th?
Yep.
Okay. And it's a free throw coming up for Reagan Borkert. 9th team foul, so after this, Edgar will be in the double bonus, but 1-1 for now for senior Wildcat Reagan Borkert. Borkert misses, rebound to Diethelm. Quickly now come the Blue Jays. Here's Levicka. Ducking under a pass was Coker. Now Coker gets it at the free throw line. 3 on the way from this Coker is Sophia. And definitely a much needed bucket there for the Jays. 5-point game, under 2 to play.
Coker has 9 points the last couple minutes.
And Edgar likely not going to be in any shape to take a look at the rim, you wouldn't figure. Workus now worked around. Inside feed for Borkert. Under the basket, Reagan with great position.
21 for Borkert.
Ellenbecker shakes, shoots, a little off target, and out of bounds. This is going to be Edgar basketball.
Ellenbecker's a good shooter. Not really one to shoot quickly. Right, she's got a great shot, and if you give her space, she can definitely hit that. But shooting quick, off the dribble, not really her specialty.
Bouncing ball was kicked, I think. Yep, it was. So kick is the call. They'll stay with the Wildcats. The ball was kicked by Sydney Coker. Me and the official on this side were on the same line, eye line.
Yeah.
Saw it the same thing.
I thought you meant the hundreds of officials that surround us.
No, it was just me. 1:19 to play. Ball is inbound into the backcourt, which is totally legal.
Yep. Good basketball IQ.
There it is to Yonker. Yonker drives and may have walked with it. What is the call here?
Yeah.
Travel? Okay. Yonker wanted a third step to be able to, or was it a 3-second call? Says Joe, okay. Well, either way, turnover back to the Blue Jays. Down by 7. Jays got to go quick. 3 on the way from Sophia Coker, short. Out it comes to Ellenbecker. Now Diethelm throws it to Borkert. Under a minute to play, Edgar nearing a regional final championship here tonight. Assumption looking for a regional championship here tonight. Wildcat fans come to their feet. Athens has got a foul. 7-point game, 35 seconds left. Athens not committing a foul.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Foul now is committed by Sydney Coker. 20 seconds off the clock there, Dan, before the foul came in a 7-point game. Make sure to stay tuned to our Nasonville Dairy post-game show. Nasonville Dairy, fresh cheese curds made daily, NasonvilleDairy.com. I will be courtside with today's winning coach and our Zaleski Sports Highlight House player of the game. Of course, we got a plaque ceremony to weave our way through and all kinds of other stuff, which will give me plenty of time to test the audio on that microphone down there that I'm a little bit leery of right now. But Davis, look at the free throw bounce there from Leah Davis. Even she gets a chuckle out of it. Everything going the way of the Wildcats here tonight. Everything.
There's no doubt this is going to be a well-deserved regional championship for these Wildcats.
Davis hits both. 9-point game. 25 seconds left for the Athens Blue Jays on their 2022-23 season. Again, congratulations to seniors Addison Zettler and Selena Ellenbecker. Good luck in all your future endeavors. But tonight belongs to the Wildcats. Edgar, regional final champions here tonight as they take down the Athens Blue Jays 56-47. Wildcats meet under the basket as they celebrate a regional final championship. The Blue Jays season comes to an end here again. Consecutive seasons in a regional final on the road for the Blue Jays. Wildcats will advance. We've got 55 seconds left in Wisconsin Rapids. Assumption with an 8-point lead. Nasonville Dairy postgame show begins now. I'm going to head down to the floor, talk to Coach Tom McCarty, and our Zaleski Sports Highlight House player of the game, Reagan Borkert. All that coming up and more right after this on Zaleski Sports. Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com. All right, so we're here with Kim Hyman. Kim, Nasonville Dairy, 125 years in the making. Tell us about that.
You know, it's fantastic. It was the first plant built in Wood County back in 1885. Sal Nason and his family came here, and they started a small dairy plant. Eventually that plant burnt down, but then they rebuilt onto this same facility, and our family moved here in the late 60s in 1968 and took it over from there, and it's been just a fantastic growth. Great community, great people we have working for us. Oh, it's an open market. It's huge. You know, the opportunity for the diversity in the cheese industry is fantastic, and you have to be that way in order to sell a lot of product. And so we've got a great group of people working on the research and development side for us. So it's been really fortunate for us. Oh, right. We have 185 farm families that market their milk through us here at Nasonville Dairy. And we are so lucky we have like the best dairy farms in not only in central Wisconsin, but in the United States, marketing milk through us. So we're just really fortunate on that side.
Actually, we started in 1968. Our father brought us here from another cheese plant in Wisconsin. We had come from the cheese business. We've always been in the business. We had moved around the state in different parts. He brought us here about that time. The plant ran 7,500 pounds of milk at that time, and now runs about 1.5 million. Originally started out making cheddar, and now we make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmers Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Frio, Seco, Parma, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Letta, Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, as well as making some Gouda, Edam, and a little bit of Munster on occasion.
Here, and we'll wait for the guys to get us. We're ready to go. We're good to go. Here on Nasonville Dairy postgame show, Nasonville Dairy fresh cheese curds made daily, NasonvilleDairy.com. Coach, congratulations.
Thanks.
Regional final champ. I've got a couple questions for you, but first, just your comments on tonight's regional final championship.
It's just been a fun ride with this group up and down to start the year, but they're really rolling right now, and tonight was a great example. Great defense. They rebounded with a team much bigger than them, and it just showed a lot of toughness.
Second half, Reagan got into foul trouble. She sat for about 6 minutes. You were only -1, though, during her time on the bench. How do you explain that?
Michaela Werkis came up big. You know, if you've ever seen her play softball, volleyball, basketball, at big times, big moments, she makes plays, and she had a stretch there where I think she had 6 straight points with Reagan on the bench, and she was just incredible, and everyone else played great defense.
As we're going to look up here live out of Wisconsin Rapids, I know your next opponent is going to be in a sectional semifinal on Thursday, and as we take a look, Assumption with an 8-point lead with 16 seconds left. So how do you think about that? You get a third contest with the Assumption Royals this year.
And a rematch from last year. So, hey, this is, if you want to be a great program, you got to measure yourself against great programs. And Assumption is one that's proven itself over and time again, and we're excited to play them next week.
With what you've learned about the Royals this year.
We didn't know you were the coach.
With what you've learned about the Royals this year and then the team philosophy the last couple of years, what's left to work on when practice begins as you begin to prepare for that sectional semifinal on Thursday?
Well, it's taking care of the basketball. That's been our Achilles heel with them is, last time we broke their press great, but then their zone got us. So, we've got to find that transition so we can get our shooters shots. That's the biggest thing.
Congratulations, Coach. We'll see you on Thursday. If you could send Reagan this way,
Thanks,
that'd be a big
you bet.
help. That was Coach Tom McCarty. We'll throw it back up to Dan as we wait for our Zaleski Sports Highlight House player of the game, Reagan Borker.
Do we have audio? Yeah. Okay, good. Yes, so as Reagan is coming down to get interviewed by Mr. Zaleski, some scores for Athens: 16 for Edison Levica, 12 for Danica Diethelm, 9 for Sophia Coker, 5 for Hartwig, 5 for Ellenbecker. Not a good free throw shooting night. Athens is going to be back with a vengeance next year. Again, they only lose 1 starter and 1 bench player. Most of the team is intact, and they are going to be looking for a return trip to the regional championship next year. For the Wildcats, 21 for player of the game, Reagan Borkart, 15 for Michaela Werkis, 8 for Morgan Schnelly, 5 for Leah Davis, 4 apiece for Alysta Baumann and Amber Skripczak. Morgan Borkart still working her way through the fans to get to Mr. Zaleski. Again, with Assumption on the verge of finishing off Iola Scandinavia, and with Edgar winning tonight, unless the venue changes, it is going to be a sectional semifinal, a state Sweet 16 game with the number 1 seed Assumption Royals, the number 2 seed Edgar Wildcats. That is going to be at Athens. Let's throw it down to Mr. Zaleski with player of the game, Reagan Borkart.
Here with our Zaleski Sports Highlight House player of the game, Reagan Borkart. Reagan, tonight, regional final champions. The plaque came over. In another celebration here. You get to do it on your home floor as a senior. Tell us about winning a regional final championship here tonight.
Feels pretty special, especially all the support we've gotten from students, our whole community. Everyone's here. This was a packed gym. This was bigger than our sectional final volleyball game, and it felt pretty cool with all the support we had behind our back.
You sat on the bench for about 6 minutes in the second half. While you were on the bench, though, your team was -1 without you. Tell us about their effort while you were unavailable with foul trouble.
Yeah, I think our team is pretty used to it. Like last night, I did the same thing. I sat on the bench for like 8 minutes the first half, and they've stepped up tremendously. They've been a huge help, especially when I'm not on. Kayla Werkis, she's a freaking baller. She's a great player, and everybody else stepped up too.
You mentioned the sectional final volleyball match that you had. What did you and the other girls that play volleyball, what did you learn from that experience that can maybe help you now come Thursday in a sectional semifinal in basketball?
I'd say we have to work together, stick together. Can't let the sound of the gym get in our head, like the opponent get in our head. Got to fight through it.
Opponent will be the Assumption Royals. You know a lot about Assumption. You've played them twice this year in your whole high school career. They've been kind of a nemesis. What do you and the girls got to work on to make it different on Thursday night than it has been in the past with them?
probably keeping up with them. Like, we have just as much speed as they do. Less in our turnovers. That's been a big factor in why we've been losing lately. But I think we got it. We've been playing good at the right time.
Excellent. Put you in the house. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. So I got a fancy. Oh yeah, that's what we've been doing here. So we'll just put that right there.
Okay.
Camera's right up there. I'll count you down. 3, 2, 1. I'm Reagan Borkert. I'm in the house.
Okay. I'm Reagan Borkert, and I'm in the house.
Congratulations. We'll see
Thanks.
you on Thursday. Okay.
Okay, sounds good. At Athens.
There. Maybe. We'll find out. Talk to Coach about that. Yeah, we're still waiting to find out sectional semifinal location. Right now it's scheduled for Athens. What we do know, though, is it's Edgar and Assumption. Dan will wrap us up from here.
Yes, thank you, Jason. Our final score here, Edgar Wildcats 56, the Athens Blue Jays 47. It has been chalk in the bracket for this Division 5 sectional up to this point. Tonight was no exception. Congratulations to the Edgar Wildcats. Another regional championship, another opportunity at Assumption. That game is going to be Thursday night, 7 p.m., scheduled for Athens. Might change, maybe something further south, but we'll have to see. On the other side of the bracket, we aren't sure. The number 1 seed down there is Wabeno Leona. The number 2 seed is Sevastopol, both really good teams. Congratulations again to the Edgar Wildcats. Again, final score here from Edgar High School. The Wildcats, regional champions, 56-47 over the Athens Blue Jays. For Dan Ross, Jason Zaleski, and Joe Anderson, have a great night.